Evening, folks. How's it going? Pardon the sync issues. Just getting the screens right. Over on this side. Get in closer. Ugh. It is not trying to remember my settings. Just a minute here. Alright, getting closer. Great, there we go. What's up to Patrick? How's it going? How is what day is it? Saturday. How's your Sunday then? And I did see that Rainbow Warrior had left a comment before the show started, and that's something I'm noticing YouTube must do. It's like there's chatting before the show, and then it goes live, and it just erases anything that was said before. So I did see that he had said hi to everybody, so hi to him. I don't know if he's gonna make it back in, but hello. And oh, let me just double check. Want to make sure that I do have audio. I think I do, but I just want to be sure. This time of year, all kinds of technical difficulties and issues do go down. Yep, that's me. Great. And I'm not expecting anybody to go live, but let me just make sure I got the notifications up a bit just to be on the safe side. You never know. You never know. Oh goodness, it is a little bit cold. It's like 9 Celsius outside, and I've had the heat off for a while, so it's just a little bit chilly, but um it's like I say, but we are kind of getting lucky weather-wise. It's just cold, it's not rainy and muddy and nasty or like wet leaves anywhere or anything like that. Oh, Lisa, how is it going? Oh, she says, hi, Nikki and gang. Can't stay long. Have my two little grands here. And we're going to make a snowman shortly. Awesome. Yeah, have fun. Let's build a snowman, or do you want to build a snowman? Hey, Chris, how's it going? Uh, Goodness. Let's build a snowman. That's actually from Cannibal, the musical that came up on the last show. And then, do you want to build a snowman? You know that from Frozen. Frozen the cartoon, and they started talking about Frozen in 2013, and I'm like, the song from 1998, but it was a Disney movie. Oh, Russell, how is it going? Good to see you. Yeah, so it is a little bit chilly, so if you are going to take your pants off, get a blanket or something to put over yourself so you're not just literally freezing your balls off for 2 hours. That is no fun. So yeah, how was your week? Did you do anything fun? Anything good happen at all? Like I was walking past some furniture and I didn't stub my toe, or I was pulling a mug out of the cabinet and the handle hit a cup, and right before the cup fell, and it was glass before it hit the counter and shattered, I caught it. Anything like that good. Oh, Chris says, I like Do You Want to Hide a Body song better. I don't know that one. Who does that? Is it from a movie? I like that. That's something you do with your best friend. That's not a casual or it could be a first date option if you are really into a different kind of chick, and something goes down. Uh, yeah, it was so funny today. Gray did upload, and I'm sitting there watching the video, and every so often he does say, quite frankly, in his videos. He used to say it more, but he said it again today. It's like, hey, I noticed that. Very cool. I was at that show yesterday. So I don't know where to start. There's a lot to talk about. So I had been doing the chat room tour. I started that the first week of the new year, which for me was about the third week of October. Oh, Wally World, how's it going? What's up to Arden if she's with you? Oh, that's really good. Russell talking about I donated clothes I haven't worn in a year. That's really good. It's yeah, it's that was me a couple years ago. I'm like, I'm never gonna wear this out. I'm never gonna wear this out. And this is actually the shirt is huge. This is an extra large. It's an old shirt. This happens to be the shirt that I was wearing the last time I saw my friend who passed away back in October of 2014. Chris, oh, it's a parody song. I'll send you the link later. Yeah, yeah, definitely DM that to me. I'll have to check that out. That is cool. Parody songs are fun. I'll tell you what I did not like when I was looking up disease remixes is people will upload covers. It does not say cover anywhere in the title or the description. And I'm kind of lenient because they're good, but somebody could get pissed off and report that as can't think of the name, not false advertising, but a misleading title, misleading content. So it's I can't tell them how to run their channel, but I definitely would have put that in there just because about three of those are good, three or four. So I do have them saved, but I just have to save them in a bunch because they don't say like their covers or just like disease remix. Well, I've got 50 of those. Yeah, then there's then there's those clothes where it's like, I'll fit into it again. I'll just lose 5 more pounds. I'll just lose 10 more pounds. I can, and then I've got clothes sitting in the closet that fit me in like 2012 when I was small the first time, and now it's like, yeah, body's changed a bit too much. Got to try to work around those because they're good shirts. I could only wear them for a couple of years. Yeah, did not care for this week. I want to go back to last week because last week's show, I mean, this show's going to be fun too, but last week's show was great. We had a good time, and that Sunday was my day off. So I was looking forward to that. Got up early, did the laundry thing, had everything up and drying, and I remember looking at the clock. It was 9:30 a.m. And I'm like, cool, I've only got like an hour until I was kind of thinking about ordering pizza, something like that, just to eat because it was my day off. I can do that on my day off. Oh, and what's up, Dandy? And Kid Cracker, how's it going? You happy Saturday night, Dandy saying. Russell talking about used to like Weird Al back in the day. Yeah, you can't touch Amish Paradise. That's a classic. And the video, I will never forget. It's a reverse shot, like they shot it in well when they play it normally, it looks silly because it was shot in reverse. It's a shot like that. That's the only thing I remember from the music video. But if you've seen it, you might even remember it. I can't describe it that well. My short-term memory left. Oh, what did I just say? Russell, weekend off are always great. Hells yes. It's usually just the one day since I work on Saturdays. So if I get a day off, it's Sunday. That's the only day I don't have to be somewhere on YouTube. Right. It is sad that it's dark out. It went from being like, oh, there's just a little bit of light when I go live, or it's just a little bit of light before Quite Frankly podcast starts. But now it's literally 4 or 4:30, and I've got to turn lights on in the room. I just cannot make it light enough, and then it just gets dark so quickly, and it's just like it's pitch black out by the time anything happens. And yesterday, people were talking about a full moon, and I made the mistake of standing up and looking outside, but it was overcast. Anytime the moon does something at night, it's overcast. I don't even know why I stood up. But I did get up and look on the off chance that it was out there. I did want to show you guys this. I did want to show you guys some good news. I don't know when I noticed this. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but remember when I showed you YouTube and it kept like jerking up to the next video, whether you wanted it to or not? It doesn't do that anymore. You just go to regular ass YouTube. Let me make sure it's not going to make a liar out of me. Okay, yeah. So you just, this might be blurry, but check it out. It's not going to be jerking up for you. So I can just scroll. It's not jerking up to the next video. It's just letting me scroll. I can go back down if I want to. It's not automatically jumping the fuck up and showing me the title of the video. It's doing WTF. It's supposed to. I was not expecting that to get fixed. And it does. I can just scroll through and it doesn't jerk around. I don't know how to act. And that is on the home page. It's not on the subscriptions page. Subscriptions page did not have that problem. Just the home page did, but they fixed that. I don't think it was this week. It must have been the week before. I don't remember a lot from the last week. So yeah, that got fixed. I'm not going to thank them for it because they shouldn't have fucked it up in the first place. But that was nice of them. Oh, Chris is saying, don't worry, I'm white as a ghost. I glow. My pants are off as well. I have light. just sit in the dark in a dark room, and when your eyes adjust, you can just well, you remember Mr. Burns when he came out of the woods that and he was glowing. Everybody thought he was an alien, like that. It wasn't a setting, Ra. It was just something that, because it will, sometimes the app just updates and you don't have a say in it. It doesn't tell you. You just notice it acts different. It did that one day. I brought it up on one of the shows. I can't remember how far back that was. It might have been last year, so like September. But it doesn't do that now. They changed their mind and they're not. So I can actually look at that screen now, even though I've trained my brain not to. So that's a thing that they fixed. I can't believe that. That is so cool of them. Very nice. Oh, Patrick, the liberal meltdowns are getting boring now. See, the Trump dance has overtaken social media now. Yeah, wasn't there that guy complaining about like he wanted more people to troll him because he voted for Kamala, and he was expecting like people online to like troll him and rip on him, and nobody's sending him messages or DMs or nothing like that, sending him memes or anything. So he's just sitting there crying like, I want attention for being wrong. Why isn't anybody paying attention to me? Where? Base man child. No testosterone, no father. That is it's funny when somebody like creates an issue or a problem, pitches a fit about it and expects attention, and everybody just ignores them the way they should, and then they sit there and cry louder about it. And it's always, I don't know if you notice this, but at least I notice this. Any single time somebody's acting childish, it's always someone who is chronologically older than me. Um, that's been a ongoing thing as long as I've been online. Like steady, like let's say 2014 when I was online more steadily, especially see it a lot on Facebook. They just, create a problem and then act like a victim in it, and then they get mad if you don't play along. That's what the theme of the world seems to be. People acting childish and acting up and expecting others to play along with them, and we're not doing that. Oh, Chris is saying, wish Elon hadn't killed the bird because Twitter crash is bad. Sorry, X, if your name is Elon. Yeah, Twitter crashes so hard, and it's just like the DM feature. I don't know what it is about that, or sending voice messages that, sometimes it's fine, sometimes it crashes more than Boeing airplanes. I don't know why. There was never an issue when it was Twitter, but they changed the name of it and nothing improved on it, nothing at all. Actually, what did happen last Sunday, since my day off was just ruined anyway, Jim Lee sent me a DM talking about, hey, check him out on this Spaces place on Twitter. So there's two different things on Twitter. You can't just like upload there and like even Frank does this. Like the show will go live. There is a chat room there like any other. It's just not as full. That's fine. Separate from that is something called Spaces. Spaces is just listening to the radio because there is no chat room. Yes, someone like me could use somebody's Twitter account to talk back and forth, but I kind of asked about that, not directly, but indirectly. And they basically said no, that there was no chat room. And the way these guys do things is they're kind of like just a podcast. So they've gotten as far as they have without a chat room. And, that's fine for them. But I need a chat room to be in. So I will not be going to any more Spaces. It was cool to hear Jim Lee. I did like what he had to say. I had a good time. I was there for maybe most of it. But yeah, just the fact that there is no chat room makes it very boring. I did have a lot to say and contribute, and there were a lot of people there, but they're not into that. They just want to hear themselves talk. So that's what Spaces is on Twitter. It is not for me. But no offense to I don't remember the name of the channel. That was almost a week ago. But nothing against them. If it works for them and gets them on all the platforms that it's on, that's great, but it's not for me. And speaking of Twitter having a chat room, last week the chat room tour I did say I was on, that kind of ended abruptly. There are really only 6 chat rooms anyway, so it's not like I'm like stopping and there's more to visit. That's just kind of it. Uh, oh, Chris is saying, poor Twitter crashes more than our economy under Biden. Oh, damn. Didn't know it was even possible. Dude, you said it. Word. um, because obviously we know that there was the YouTube chat room. That's where most of us are at. That's where most of us are at right now. Unless you're usually on Twitch and you're watching me from incognito. What's up to you guys? I do have plans to get onto Twitch to simulcast this year. By this year, I mean year 25, not 2024. But mentioning the chat rooms real quick, since there's only 6 of them. Yes, Twitter has a chat room. It is very small. Not a lot of people come in there at all. So they're not in there having a conversation. It's just like random comments. But that's okay. A small room, if people needed to, they could move over there, hang out, make it their own. That's how Ustream, Zadalza was on Ustream when I found it in 2015. So that's not bad. There's my pen. Well, yeah, I guess the first one I went to was Twitch because that was the last week that the show was broadcasting on Twitch because, like Frank will be right in the middle of a stream. He gets some kind of copyright strike. And, it's not like he can do anything before the show. He can't fight it after the show. He just gets that strike. It just has to sit there. And he does use his channel to go live to play video games on occasion. He doesn't want to lose that channel, so he can't upload onto Twitch. But, like I said before, the Twitch chat room never closes. It is open right now. If you have a channel on Twitch, you have a chat room that people can use. Like even I have one. People could go over there now, even though I have no content and I don't stream anything to Twitch. If you have an account, you have a chat room. So that's what folks have been doing ever since that 1 week was over. I've been checking into Twitch and there are regulars in there every single night chatting because all you have to do is watch somewhere else. You can watch on YouTube or Rumble or anywhere else and just use that chat room to chat in. That's what they've been doing. That is a great plan. So because of that, jumping ahead a little bit, Twitch will remain the backup chat room because there are already Franklys there. There's no animations to hurt anyone's eyes. It never closes. Like the stream can crash 1,000 times on YouTube and we can still be on Twitch and be fine. When Frank was having the stream crash all those times, I was also on Twitch at the same time. I was fine. We were over there kicking it. It never closes. The website would have to go down for the chat room to close. So since it always exists, that is the backup chat room. And I will put that information up somewhere officially sometime so people know. Oh, Chris is saying, I've used that main chat room to make new commands for streamers while offline. Yeah, that does help too, as far as Twitch goes. And of course, don't go in there acting a fool and talking all kinds of like racism and like swearing that you wouldn't say on YouTube. Be respectful. It is still somebody's channel, so that is a thing that's there. Okay. Twitch, Twitter, DLive. Now, Twitter and Twitch both have pop-out chat rooms. DLive does not. I was looking around. I asked a few people. It's like, am I just dumb and can't, like my eyes are fine. They're getting better. What am I not seeing? Oh, Patrick. Yeah, we'll get to that. Thanks for reminding me too. So what you have to do is, I just made the screen really small for the chat room. But it keeps updating. Even if you pause the show, it keeps like updating on DLive like every 10 seconds, 30 seconds. It will like update the screen. So that kind of doesn't make sense. But technical difficulties aside, it's not a bad room to chat in. You can delete your messages if you make a typo. There are folks there that, at least I know from other chat rooms from over the years, so it's not like it's a bunch of strangers in there. And it's not a very big room at all. It's like a solid handful of folks, the same as you would find over on Twitch. So it's a good solid chunk of folks over there just kicking it. So then I decided this last week I was how did that go? I was gonna go to Pilled/Foxhole, which I watched just on QuiteFrankly.tv. Now I have had this will Nikki M. Carlin will be my third screen name. So I had two other ones that I've had to change over the years at Pilled because at the time there was no way to change your screen name. You just had to make a new account. So that's what I did. And what Pilled does is no matter what account you're signed into, it will start using your old handles as if it's possessed. So I was like, I can't stay here. I got to go by. And instead of just getting pissed off about it, I sent him an email. I'm like, yeah, I was in the chat room the other night. It kept switching my handles. Is this a glitch you guys know about? WTF. I was nice about it. I didn't swear. And they're like, yeah, that's a known issue. All you got to do is log out and log back in. And it's probably just because, like, they did get back to me within 3 hours. So more power to them for that. I do appreciate that. But the fact that I've been online since 1996 and I've never had that issue on any website, anywhere, ever, no. So I might try it again to see if that thing can remember my name. But I'm not going to say officially spend a week in there because it does have a lot of animations. Even if you shut them off, people do have animated avatars and the like. So there's extra animations and movement that's on the screen next to their names. Even if you block them, it still shows you that. And that just burns up extra battery power as well as causing eye strain. So I was not mad that I could not spend a whole show in there, but I couldn't just do nothing. So I'm like, that's okay, there's one left. Maybe I'll just do Rumble for the rest of the week, meaning last week. So I go over there on Tuesday. And I left immediately because what they do now, this is different than the way it was last year. What's up, Jenna? What they do now is you're sitting there in the chat room, and right next to where, like, you got that space where you can type, and there's like a little bit off to the side. There's this little bit off to the side. That little bit are three little animated emojis. No way to get rid of them. So it's not just that there's animated emojis in the chat room that the mods are using. It's the fact that it's on the screen all the time, no matter what. Cannot shut it off. So fuck Rumble. Just about 99%. I'm saving that 1% because worst case scenario, if Frank is not live on YouTube, but we have to go chat on Twitch, we can watch on Rumble and chat on Twitch. And I say Rumble rather than something like Pilled because Pilled sounds like the audio comes through a tin can after you've been listening for a while. And it likes to buffer. When we were stuck there last year, it liked to buffer often. So that is unacceptable. So basically, if Pill decides to keep acting up that way, that can never be used again for any reason whatsoever. Same thing with Rumble, no chat room there whatsoever. So that means we're down to 4 rooms that's YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and D Live. So again, right now the backup chat room is Twitch. That chat room is always open. Yeah, 199 subs, Jenna. Yeah, it's been like that for almost a week. And that is friggin' wild. So yeah, thanks to everybody who voted on the poll for the movie, and I'm glad they were all comedies too. I kind of noticed that after the fact. It's like funny, 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 funny. Okay, so that's fine. We don't need to have like a drama in there or like say all action movies, anything like that. But that's cool. I like to laugh too. So let's see how it stands. Oh, Chris is talking about an Avatar, like The Last Airbender, or Avatar, the Blue Man Group meets the Smurfs. No disrespect to either. I like them both. LOL. I do want to see Avatar, The Last Airbender because people speak so highly of it. And you know how I feel about Avatar. The insult for it is that it is Dances with Wolves meets Fern Gully. Let me hold on, Dandy. Let me pop this the link to the poll in the chat room really quick. And delete everything after the question mark, including the question mark. Yeah, there you go, right there. John Rogers, Rumble chat sucks, not as bad as Pilled. Like, I wanted to go in there and see people talk, but if you got those animations on the screen, I can't deal with that. Because now at Quite Frankly Podcast, well, I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen last week, but I didn't want to worry you guys with it last week. I just wanted to have a good time because I knew what was coming. Jumping around a bit, but we're all in the same week. So, like I say, it was 9:30 on Sunday. I was looking forward to my day off. I don't know what I had planned, but I did not have planned what went down. I had fun planned. 9:34, Twitter chimes off, and that's fine. It happens. So I head over there, see what's going on because I wish you could like make it chime off different sounds for different people, tweeting, but it just is not set up that way. So it is what it is. I'm trying to find it because I don't know if I remember it the same way how long ago was that? Yeah, so Frank, he did tweet it. Oh, I guess it did say something. I didn't think it said anything, but he did tweet that something, but it was a link over to his Instagram, which is I do have Instagram, but I don't have any notifications turned on for it. So if somebody uploads over there. I don't know until I go over there, and I'm rarely over there. So I'm sorry. I'm just noticing another tweet Frank sent out, and it's a picture of a Helen from Death Becomes Her when she's all like big and huge. I didn't mention this in the review, but her character does spend time in a nut house, and she's just got this like a rag. She keeps like twisting it and twisting it around with her fingers, and she's so mad she's shaking. But it's a picture of that. Anyway, I digress. Frank sends a tweet. It's a link over to Instagram, and it's a picture of his basically his shot that we see, with his camera when he's live. And it's all kind of basically the same, except that there is a very bright. It's like a moon that you like plug in, like it's electric. Even bigger than that, there's just this glare on the wall from it. It's that bright that it's glaring off of the wall. It reminds me of when my TV kept doing that brightness thing. So I saw that, and if it's that bright on black paint, I knew it was going to be a problem. And I tweeted something about that because I knew it was going to be a problem. And I was instantly bummed out because I knew exactly what was going to happen. And here's the timing of it. Here's this same weekend when Flat Albert died and my cat died, and we lost the 2 hour chat room on YouTube. This is perfect timing. This would happen on that day. Great. So that just but I don't remember. I watched my show from last Saturday. I don't know who that chick is. I wish I was still her because I'm not that person anymore. So I was bummed out because I knew it was coming. I did went to the Jim Lee thing. I don't remember anything from the rest of the day. Anyway, get to Monday, go to the show, and it is too bright. It's because, well, here's the thing. Here's what happens. This happened after Gamer Cat died. This happened after Mittens died. That when I get depressed, my vision gets worse. So I can't sit there and stare at that for 2 hours just to judge whether or not it's going to hurt my eyes, because the depression is already going to wreck my eyes more than staring at that bright light in the middle of the shot for 2 hours is just going to make it worse. I need to be able to see. I need to go to the buffet over in Norwalk sometime between now and not this time next year. I don't want to see this time next year. The last 2 years, this time last year, this time the last 2 years sucks balls. I don't want to do it a third time. Patrick, yeah, those stickers are annoying. Jenna, yeah, I stayed away from D-Live because of the gifts and the movement. Yeah, surprisingly, D-Live is not the worst. Who'd have thought? John Rogers, I can't see Instagram. Chris, yeah, that damn moon kills my eyes. Yeah, so if you do have an issue, if that moon is too bright for you, the way it is too bright for me, just send an email to QuiteFranklyPodcast@gmail.com. Keep my name out of your mouth because that's not going to do you any favors. And just let him know that you can't see. Like, hey, I could see this show so much better 2 weeks ago compared to this week. I work all day. My eyes are tired at 7 p.m. I would like to relax with the show, not be concerned that I'm going to have a headache at 9 p.m. Whatever you got to say. If you have a problem with it, say something. He already knows I don't like it. He's not concerned. I even told him that even now his shot is fucked up because just not yesterday, but the day before. Thursday, I noticed this. The camera's now turned a little bit so we can see more of that bare wall and less of Lorelei, the lava lamp. And I sent him a screenshot about that. Like, hey, the camera's just a little bit crooked. That wasn't fixed on Friday. That's usually fixed the next day. So I guess DMs are not an option. That's fine. So yeah, so I can't see the show anymore. Quite frankly, podcast is just a podcast. I thought the camera had something to do with it because it's on YouTube. It's an honest mistake to make. I was wrong. So what I've had to do for the last week is watch with the goddamn hat on. And that is killing my hair. I notice that every week I got to put my hair back and hide my bald spot with my hair. And every single week I'm noticing it getting worse. That's not helping. So I don't get to see the show anymore. I kind of don't know how to be myself without the visual cues at the show. So I'm sure whatever I'm doing in the chat room has been lacking this week because I don't know how to act. It is, when you do have depression, it is hard to like change things up. It's hard to learn anything new. That's why this channel could be farther along, but it just isn't. So when you can't see in your house anymore, it's going to piss you off. Imagine walking into your house at the end of the day and all the lights are on. You cannot shut them off. You can't even see your family. You can hear them, but you can't see them. Imagine that. So I do like the chat room. I can pull something out of nothing and have fun just talking to people in the chat room at Quite Frankly Podcast. I've done that for years. It's my bad that I got used to having visuals. I have to unlearn that. And while I'm unlearning that, I am having no fun. I go to Quite Frankly Podcast to have a good time. That is my only break from reality. That's my only chance to see anybody I know, anybody I like, anybody I care about. I can see what they say, but I can't see what they're talking about. So that changes many things. That makes not many things, but two things at least I know for a fact are going to happen. One, I have got to get the P.O. box set up because it can't wait. So sometime here when the sun gets out of Scorpio, when it's full-blown Sagittarius, I'm going to go over to the post office, check out the P.O. box thing. And I know with my luck, probably because I do have to wait, but I know with my luck, it's going to be something stupid like I'm going to have to get the next size up, which is something like $138 for 6 months. But I would rather get a P.O. box now. There is no part two to that. I can't wait. I can't wait and do this in 6 months. I can't wait and do this next year. So do expect the P.O. box to be opening up at least by the end of, I was going to say December, but it's February? November. Okay, yeah. That's why my short-term memory went away. That little bit that I had, it's just, you get sad, it leaves. So if I'm extra repetitive or extra forgetful, I've been putting up with that all week too. So it's not you, it's me. At some point that will even out. So yes, look forward to the P.O. box opening up a lot. I mean, like I knew I was going to probably get it opened up here in, December or something like that, but it's definitely got to happen before then. The other thing is, I kind of shouldn't have said anything last show. I kind of knew it was a jinx, but I said it anyway, and I'm not going to bitch out and take it back. So I stand by anything I've said. But here's what I do know now. Since I was kind of thinking this before because that Lady Gaga song Disease came out and I liked it so much and it came out when the sun's at a water sign and I'm getting what I want. I should have realized sooner that like the flip side of that was coming around. Like what's the punishment for that? And here it is. So this is what I do know, because back when Joanne was unacceptable 8 years ago, I said, let Gaga give me one more fire ass dance album, and then she can act, she can do anything she wants, she can do country music, whatever, that's fine. So I'm getting what I want. And I'm not going to take back what I said. I've wanted it for 8 years. I still want it. I still want a fire ass dance album from Lady Gaga. Consequences be damned. So since I am getting such a great single, I know that the album, when it comes out, one, it's going to come out when the sun's in a water sign, so it will be when the sun's in Pisces. Two, it's going to be a banger dance album. And three, I will be punished for it. However hot that album is, the worse my year 25 will be. So I will just have a great soundtrack to have my life suck to. But I'm okay with that because when it's, careful what you wish for, that kind of a thing. That might have been covered in one of the mixing up my words. One of the stories, the book club stories that Frank did. Isn't that one of them? Isn't that Needful Things? I don't know. Maybe I knew that last week. I don't know if this week. So yeah, so we've got the PO box to look forward to. I have a hot dance album to look forward to, and I just have to suffer with no visuals. Um, forever he might change his mind, he might not. I don't know. I always have to proceed as if things are going to stay the same way forever because that's how life is. Things just go, let's say, fine for a while, and then they just start sucking for a while. You just got to deal with it. Patrick, what is that? What's with the Trump Golden Eagles? Does he have eagles like Gandalf did? I really don't know. Unless somebody, I would say, unless it comes up on Quite Frankly podcast, but since I can't see that anymore, unless somebody like specifically talks about it in the chat room for a while, I I don't know. And I believe my notes for this week were not that good because I just could not concentrate. But yeah, that was the link for the poll for the film to watch for the last, is it the last 2 weeks of this month? Yeah, it will be. It'll be the last 2 weeks. So it'll be well, because the end of the month is the 30th, which is a Saturday. We can review this movie then, which is 2 weeks from today. Let me check out the poll. Oh, you are dumb too. How's it going? No, I don't have gas. I have electric. Oh, Patrick, something to do with gold coins, I think. Oh, Golden Eagle, like the coins. Are they striking more coins? I swear to God, they need to stop updating coins. I'm getting so sick of that. Yeah, right now it sits at, it's Go West Young Man with 7%. Around the World in 80 Days with 53%. Shot in the Dark with 7%. And Throw Mama from the Train with 33%. So right now it is looking like Around the World in 80 Days, which would be interesting if that's what won, because of the four, I'm certain I have never seen that once. Like, I think I've seen Throw Mama from the Train, but it would have been back in the 80s. So it's just been that, I couldn't tell you one single scene, one single thing about it. But that's okay. It's leave that sit for a while, see if it changes a little bit in the next hour or so. Jenna, do you think 47 will get rid of the Fed? I don't think, oh, let me check, hold on. Pardon any sync issues, had to plug it in, you know how it is. Like, I don't think income tax is going anywhere just because too many creepers use that for income. I'll get excited when I hear about a plan to get rid of the illegals. That's better than my plan. That's I'm struggling here. I've never been in such a way in front of you guys before. I can usually have a little bit more of a sense of a I don't get a feeling that the Federal Reserve is going anywhere. Not in my lifetime. Maybe yours, but not mine. I get the. I don't think anything's going to happen in the world that's going to because I don't have income. So say cutting taxes is really not going to help me that much. If you want to like lower the prices back to 2019 prices, so I can like afford the decent food that because I'm not going to eat the cheap food. I'd rather buy the expensive stuff or not eat at all. Not expensive, expensive. By expensive, I mean like the food that does not have like the additives and the chemicals and like the made in America stuff, that kind of food. You are dumb. I'm going to miss potato chips. You can always make your own potato chips. Just get really mad at a customer and cut the potatoes really thin and serve them to them like here. That's how we got potato chips the first time. So unless they want to like say lower the price of gas and lower the price of food and make it easier to find items from the street pharmacist, or if you want to make a Percocet available for everyone, um, stuff like that would help me out. Uh, I don't think presidents think that way. Um, yeah, I mean, like there are other things that that's just off the top of my head. I haven't thought about it too much. Danny, I was wondering if I could make air fry chips with real potatoes. I mean, like, yeah, if you cut them thin enough. I've never personally used an air fryer, but I would assume if you just cut things the right size to cook in it, it would come out. Like, I don't think they're going to come out soggy or like too crispy. I mean, like you can honestly you can stick anything at all you want in an air fryer. Whether or not it's going to cook it is another story. There we go. Unless they have a warning on the side, I do not use potatoes. It's like a Polish flag with a line through it, or a Russian flag with a line through it. It's I would like to I, I guess I don't know what I can do about that. I thought the shot was too blurry with that moon in it. I wanted to call it a sun. But I guess it's as blurry as it always was. I thought I used to be able to like read like the numbers, like the keys on Frank's keyboard. I guess not. That's Jenna. I love chips, but the seed oil scare me. LOL. Yeah. Unless there's a company that makes like health. I don't know. I don't want to say healthy chips, but just chips that don't have like canola oil and soy and all that stuff. Like if there's a company like that, great. If not, you probably got to make them yourself. Like chips are okay sometimes. I'm not a huge potato chip eater, but like every once in a while. Jen, I'm not wowed by the new studio. It honestly looks like if that light wasn't there, it honestly looks like somebody broke in, stole all the stuff off of the walls, and just that because there was more stuff. And I'm not saying you have to have it cluttered. It doesn't have to look like an episode of Hoarders, but it just make it look like lived in, make it look like you've been doing a show for almost 20 years. Not that you just like now it looks more like he is just in the corner of say a bedroom versus in a studio. And I'm not saying that just because I can't see a goddamn thing anymore and I've wanted to eat my service revolver for almost 6 days. I'm saying that because that's how it looks. Because before there was like there didn't he have like because there was a picture behind him and it's like New York City and it's the Zadal's a guy, so it's Petey Face back when he was bigger, and Frank and Anthony, and it had like the date the network started. It said February 18th, well, 2/18/2006. And it's like, great, it's always there. I can see that forever. That's not there anymore. Anything that used to be on the wall, I can't remember what it was, but it's gone now. It's just shiny paint. And I would have thought they would have used matte paint, MATTE, one for the joke, two to get rid of the glare. Because then Frank's sitting there talking about like, yeah, everything was glaring in here, so we've got it painted the way it is now to get rid of the glare. And as he's saying that, he's got that bright moon glaring on the wall behind him. So you'll have to forgive me for not believing the first statement when the second statement contradicts it. Jenna, that'd be hot. I'd rather see his merch on the back wall. Like get a couple of styles of shirts that sell really well and like hang them up. Something like that. Anything that's not going to be shining a light in your eyes for 2 solid hours. Yeah, blurry AF, light, bright, and blurry. Yeah, quotes, drink, cuts down on glare. That's what was said. Um, Oh, and then Frank also had to mention, at the same time, he's like, yeah, this was the time of year when we lost Flat Albert and when we lost Gadget Doc. And it also happened to be his birthday, 11/11. That was Gadget Doc's birthday. What happened with him was he was like, fine. And then it was November 10th, 2020. He just walked outside of his door to, I think walk his dog. So it was like on his property, and he just fell out. And since he was, his neighbor saw it right away, called 911. Hey, my neighbor just fell out. By the time the ambulance got there, he was cold, and I don't know exactly what was like aneurysm, whatever. He didn't take any shots or anything like that. He was based. Um, but that's all it was. But I didn't find out until December 28th of 2020, and then I had to, tell Frank, and then Frank had to tell everybody, and I had to watch everybody fall apart. I live in fear of having to go through that again. Not gonna lie, I get the feeling I'm going to have to go through that one more time, and that will be it for me. But yeah, that's how that happened. And then jump ahead 4 years. That's when my cat died. 3 years, whatever last year was. So yeah, that was Monday's show. Monday's show, I was fighting with Pilled, trying to get that right, but it was not worth fighting, and I was frustrated, and I could only see the chat room. I couldn't see the screen, so that was pissing me off too. So I just missed out on, I don't know, like the first 15 minutes of the show, and just sitting in what I knew was going to happen. It was kind of funny though on Monday because goodness, I forget who the guest was. I didn't write it down, but your boy Death is in there, and he's like, I'm kind of embarrassed. Is it okay? I don't know who this guy is. And I'm like, yeah, no, sure, that's fine. He's like, oh, good. He goes, who's Frank? That was funny of him. Jenna, tell him to paint a flat clear on the wall. Yeah, I mean, definitely send him an email at QuiteFranklyPodcast at gmail.com with any of your suggestions, because I would imagine a channel with over 100,000 subscribers would be slightly interested in what the subscribers think. I don't know. I've only got. It's okay. I don't want to say only, because I want to conduct myself the same way, whether I have 5 subscribers or 50 million subscribers. I know subscribers aren't just, a number count on a YouTube page. They're people. Every single last one of those subscribers are people with various health issues and different degrees of sight issues and stress levels. And there's people with better health than me, there's people with worse health than me. And I take that into consideration. That's why you will never see that heart reaction emoji in the corner. I care more about your vision than this channel's success. Not everybody can be in that position. Oh, Papa Groovy, how's it going? Yeah, Jenna, yeah, same, but if enough people say what they think at him, it will give him reason to reconsider and, I don't know, maybe think about the folks who watch him every night and support his channel and buy his coffee and his merch. I don't know. I don't know. The only channel I really know now what to do to follow is Gray Still Plays, and Gray Still Plays just got done appreciating his 8 million subscribers back on October 24th. So I've been following his lead this whole time, and I'm certainly not going to stop. So yeah, I never want to. However big this channel is gonna get, I'm always gonna know that subscribers are people. They need to have a place to relax and enjoy themselves at the end of the day. And just because the rest of the world doesn't give a good goddamn about what your vision does or what your health does, doesn't matter because I do. Papa Groovy, it's going. All my favorite people in the world. Hell's yes. All the best people are Franklies. Oh, okay, yeah, this is what it was. The Tuesday show. That's when Jay Gulanello was on. Jupiter Gulanello, whatever J name you want to call him, and Rich Barris was on. And I do forget who said this, but someone mentioned that mail-in votes are from abandoned buildings. So I'm like, that's why they never tear down these old buildings to send out old, fake votes from. So I figured that out. It was a fellow named Marvin, Marvin, all lowercase. Kara, hi, how's it going? Wow, only one more to 200 subs. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was you guys. That was you guys at the World Series show. You guys must have been at Quite Frankly telling folks to come over here, and a bunch of them hit subscribe. So that's all you guys. So thank you for that. And yeah, I could have mentioned it at the chat room all week, but I don't want to. Let's just let it happen naturally. Last week just wasn't. Patrick saying, 265,000 people in my town. Sure, I'm the only one with a QF hat. Yeah, that's where they're messing up. You guys could have this hat, but yeah, you're just a bunch of fucking losers. Everybody's saying hi. I'm never going to learn this man's name. Jeff Harmon. He's the one who looks like Wes Craven. And I got some more. People said he looks like Bill Murray. They said he looks like Sean Connery. I kind of see it. I've heard the Bill Murray one before, but not the Sean Connery one. So they were they were right about that. And Jeff was sitting. He did this the last time too, but he'll like sit like he's like I'm like what's this? I can't say, oh, that hurts my hip. I'm like what's this? He's like at this like Dutch angle the whole time, just like straight up chilling, like hey you guys. Cool guy. Maybe it's comfortable for him. I don't know. Maybe he's got a bad back too. But like, why is he like that? It was fun though. And okay, no, this was somebody else I know. All right, a fellow named HR Biggs. He's a Frankly in the YouTube chat room. That's not his full handle, but that's most of it. He was saying that Jim Lee climate viewer Jim Lee. Jim Lee is the Dr. Drew of climatologists. Can read my writing. Yeah, Jim Lee is the Dr. Drew of climatologists. And he does have that same like mellow, kind of chill a way of speaking. I guess they both have silver hair, they both wear glasses. Russell, he's definitely one of a kind. Oh yeah, definitely. And he comes on as people kind of, they hear astrology and they start freaking out. But like Jeff kind of really barely brought up astrology when he was on the last time. Papa Groovy said, "Who in the chat has listened to Typo Negative lately?" I know Frank does play some on the show in like October. Uh, I've never listened to Typo Negative on purpose. Nothing against them. I had a boyfriend who was into it, and I'm like, okay, it's not bad. It's nothing that comes on and you have to immediately like change the channel or shut it off or anything like that. Um, I've definitely heard worse. Personally, no. Jenna, you know Jay's first name? I know it's not Jay. And you can tell us if you want to, or you can make something up. Like it might be like Jennifer, or is his name Jenna too? Like what the you can't be Jenna. Man, we've got a Jenna. You got to be something else. Now, is it a secret though? Joe. Joe's a good name. Joe Gulanello. Any J name doesn't even have to start with the name. He can be Giuseppe. I know it starts with a G, but it sounds like a J, so you can do that. He couldn't be Jose Gulanello because Jose sounds like an H, so it's not Jose. I know it's spelled with a J. It's not Jose. Jerome. Okay, that's a good one. Jennifer Real, like he would have some regular ass like name. That was my joke about Gray Still Plays because everybody's like their phone autocorrects Gray to Gary. So I'm like watching real life, his name is Gary. That would be too funny. Or like even with like Frank, quite frankly, people are like, oh cool, the show, quite frankly, what's the host name? And we're like, Frank. Dude, no way. It's like, yeah, he's kind of named the show after himself. No way. Jenna Frank put his real name in the description about a month ago. See, you can't tell Frank anything. I've been telling you this before. If you have a stage name and a real life name, never hint at your real life name to Frank ever because you will never hear your stage name again. I am not kidding. If you're in witness protection, avoid that man because you'll make one slip up and then from then on everybody will know you as your real name and the next thing you know your family's getting assassinated. October 3rd, what's that? Wait. Oh, the October 3rd video. Okay. Oh, right. Back when we could see everything. Whoa, that was last year and everything. Wow. That was a Thursday. Oh, B-Chap, how's it going? Oh, nice. I'm glad you know that, Jenna. I'm glad you were paying attention. I'm never going to call him that, but it's a good name. That's cool. Yeah, it's too much fun calling him every other J name in the book. Wait, that was Wednesday. Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah, Thursday we had Tim Cat on. He goes by Timothy Alberino. His real name is spelling it T. Yeah, his real name is Timothy Cat per Eno. Tim Cat. He is a cat. He looks like Doc Holliday from Tombstone. Just specifically that character. He doesn't look like Val Kilmer any other way, just that way. Jello Gulanello. Dandy, I like that. Oh, Beach, yeah, better than days ago. Good. Yeah, did anything good happen? Uh, anything at all. Anything at all. Got an oil change. Made your favorite food and it tasted better than usual. Anything at all. This last week was shit. Now, what happened was, I kind of knew this would happen. I didn't know this would happen. I just took a chance to know for the future. But when I got my back adjusted on October 30th, I did my show. That had me fucked up for the entire next 2 weeks. So it was a lot of just resting and doing like just going to the store and coming home. And then I felt like I fell on my hip, so I had to do a lot more resting. That sucked, but it was worth it because those shows went so great. I would do it again in a minute. Not complaining about that at all. I'm just kind of surprised at the way my body got that messed up because I am taking the dragon's blood. But I got that adjusted. It's still healing. So Patrick, is that why Frank has him on Thursday? I see. I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking like Matt should have been there at the same time because they were both on the same show at the same time once, and it was great because like when cats don't like each other, so every time you saw Matt, he was just kind of glaring, and then yeah, it was like you could feel what like cats make that sound before they start hissing and fighting. Like you could hear that in the room. I could. Oh, Kara's saying that Jello Gulanello sounds like a rapper name. Oh, BChap found out I was blocked slash hidden from the Ned Luke YouTube channel. Oh, screw them then. It's okay. I think one of my favorite versions of one of my favorite songs got erased, so I can't handle that. When did I find that out? Yesterday? I think that was Thursday. I don't remember anymore. But speaking of cats, we were talking about like how cats are smart, and I have heard that cats know how to count. I don't mean like they're doing math and long division and that, but like say like, hey, in 2 days I've got to go to the store, so 1, 2, like even point on their little paws, 1, 2, to see if they get it. I don't think they're up anymore, Jenna. She's asking, do I watch Frank's old Zadalza videos? Because what happened when he was on Ustream, we went over to YouTube to avoid censorship, ironically. And then I want to say sometime within a year, Ustream was like, hey, we're shutting down. Everything's going to be erased. If you want to save your stuff, download it now. And Frank literally had like a week or two to do this in, and there was just no time there. Oh, they are up? I had no idea. Like on not on YouTube, right? Like somewhere. That's Frank does have another channel. If I don't know if this is still up, but to finish what I was saying, Frank downloaded so many episodes from Ustream, couldn't get them all, so some stuff's just lost forever. Um, as far as the Dalza goes, I don't know if this is still up. It was taken off of the Quite Frankly YouTube channel years ago, but if they have the episode from October 6, 2016, that's when I was at the studio. A beach chap, like, yep, yep. So long to being on friendly terms. Got placed on a timeout timer 2 times for writing, please turn on slow mode. Man. Jenna, I did do a I was like searching for just like Quite Frankly TV and something else came up now that you mention it. I didn't click on the channel. I think I was just trying to tag like Quite Frankly the channel and something that I was posting. Papa Groovy, Wow, about Wasp going to the show on December 7th, Marquee Theater, my own stomping grounds. Oh, hell yeah, have fun. That is cool as hell. Very awesome. I remember concerts. Jenna, yeah, if sure. Or yeah, I can. Wow. I might have to look at that if yeah, I wonder how far back it goes. That's just I can't wrap my head around that right now, but like wow. I wonder how far back it goes. I wonder if it's gonna jog my memory at all for the chat room stories. But yeah, Jenna, yeah, thank you. That's cool. I forgot about that. Like there is another channel. It's not exactly Frank's. It's called Hogwash. I've got it linked on my home page. That has the Jonas Son of a Bitch video that Petey Face did back in 2015. That's always up there. But yeah, cats are smart. They do know how to count. I didn't get a chance to test how high they could count since I found that information out and then had a couple of cats pass away, but they were both pretty smart. Couldn't really try that one out too well, but then it did remind me of my buddy had a cat that had his name was Boots and he was a Virgo. And this guy this cat was weird because we would like go like smoke out on the balcony in the basement. So we would go in the basement and it would kind of be like like a little circle of just two or three folks, whatever. But Boots would come down the stairs and just want to like sit and like whoever was talking, he would watch who it was, like he was paying attention to the conversation. And so we would just, sort of like, exhale a hit his way. Like never grab an animal, anybody's face and blow smoke in their face. I will cut your dick off for that. But just blow a hit his way because you knew it was going to get to him. And so the smoke got to him, and cats don't like something that they got to back up and squint eyed and reverse and reverse. He was back up the stairs, like he was just pissed off, like sorry. So we do our smoking thing, finish up, head back upstairs. Right at the top of the stairs was basically like the kitchen. There's like the food dish. And here's Boots with his face just in there, just munch, 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 nom, 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 chewing away. Just got the munchies from hell because when you said something to him, you look up at him and he never saw a cat so chink-eyed in your life. And he like, you got a buzz, Stoner, you got the munchies. So like he liked to catch a buzz, but that, was kind of like a snob about it, like, oh, I can't be around this. But then he would always be there when we were smoking. But Boots was smart. If there was a fly in the house, all you had to say was like, Boots, there's a fly in the house. An hour cannot go by, 30 minutes go by, and here's this dude, he's got something on the ground and he's like chewing it. Like you just caught that fly and ate it, didn't you? Because you didn't notice a fly flying around anymore, so he caught it. Jenna, I was at the studio on October 6, 2016. Can't exactly recall the day of the week. It was closer to the weekend, maybe a Thursday. I don't think it was a Friday. Yeah, cats are smart. And then I have noticed that, especially since everything's so goddamn bright, the shows run long now. Remember all of that? I think I'm going to end the show early. I think I'm going to end the show 5 minutes early. Well, this person's not here. That person's not here. We're just going to end the show at this time. We're going to just all this early bullshit. And now we can't get out of there at 9 p.m. to save our goddamn lives. Could have had it the other way around. I noticed that. I don't know if it's going to let you send a link to the channel. I forgot about that. Cause YouTube is weird because on the one hand, you can go into the settings and allow links, but then there's something else in there talking about how links aren't allowed. YouTube's got some double speak for the information it lets you put out. It's really weird, like hashtagging if you put it in the description, it looks really like clickbaity and desperate, but people can see the hashtags versus they have a whole separate area you can put hashtags in where, like, I don't think you guys can see them, but if people are going to like use certain terms that have hashtag, then this video would come up under those hashtags. Theoretically, I haven't tried it because I don't like sign in incognito to see if I can find my account that way. Maybe I should, but I don't. Oh yeah, it gets worse. I forgot about this because Frank kind of showed us like all of the shots around the room on Monday, and they're all very dark and pleasant to look at, except for his. And the seat across, not across from him, but it's directly to Frank's left. It's where Matt sits because when it's like a side by side, it's fine. But when it's not, Matt's just sitting there. Frank used to have these like glowing balls, but now he's got this. It's more like a cone, like a cylindrical cone shape, and it lights up, and it's much brighter than that ball. It hurts my eyes. So whenever it's just like the regular shot on Matt, can't see him at all. So I'm losing out there. But if he goes for the side by side, I can tip my hat to the side and just see like most of Matt, and then it's like I guess it would be like that for you, and I can see like most of Matt, and then it's okay. But I shouldn't have to play around with my hat for 2 hours for 10 hours a week just to go to the show. But I don't have a choice. I don't have another place where I can go for 10 hours and have a good time with everybody I know. I can't, like, I would certainly never be sitting here doing this show when Quite Frankly's on. I'm not a psycho like that. I do want to go to the chat room and have fun with people I know. I just wanted the full experience. But then that's got me thinking, Frank must be from a time when people did not wear glasses. And then that gets into an area I have no idea about, which is when were glasses invented? I know Ben Franklin invented bifocals, but like were there glasses before that? And when? Because when we find that date, we know Frank was born before that because he might just be from a time where people just did not have visual impairments that other people could see. So maybe he just does not know that there are people who are visually impaired. Maybe Frank's never met anybody who wears glasses, so he just doesn't know any better. That's the new canon. Oh, Chap, YouTuber did that as well. He stopped the live stream, then proceeded to start a new one not too long later, playing a totally different computer game without saying. That's weird. Like if I was like doing a live show and then like, hey guys, after this I'm gonna be playing some video game, I would say it. I don't think I would just stop and expect people to show up. I'll be supposed to wear glasses as well, but don't wear them anymore. John Rogers, I wear bifocals and have no problems. That's good. Because while I do know that the Cultivate Elevated is making my eyes, it is healing them a lot better. It's gotten to the point where all I have to do is hang just this one dark purple bandana around my light, and then I take I probably showed you this before. I just take a napkin and fold it in half and place it on top. That's all I've got to do. I don't got to do the two bandana thing around the room for myself anymore. So I know my eyes are getting better, but I know that staring at an electric moon for 10 hours a week will do nothing to improve my vision. All that's going to do is stress me out. And I wonder how everybody else feels after 10 hours of that. Like, how do the tops of your eyeballs feel? How do the backs of your eyeballs feel? Do your eyes feel achy, like you're getting a fever? Be Chappy said the game he was playing was too hard to understand and get through the levels. Dude, it's just Tetris, man. Just, just, just just hit over. I don't like. I don't think I've ever played Tetris on console. I think I've only ever played it on like I had a burner phone that had Tetris on it. I got really good. Jenna, yeah, heavy eyes, Jenna. Yeah, you start to feel like you're catching a cold. Your eyes are more tired than they should be at that time of day. It's because you got a big light like that. I wish I had a light big enough to like as a joke just to shine at the camera, but I'm not a dick like that. Like shining lights in people's eyes is rude. Full stop. Papa Groovy, I like the way it was. Yet it looked more like a a show that had been a show for almost 2 decades. I know Frank said that they're not done decorating, but as it is, they've done too much. He could just hang a picture of the moon right there, and then we could make a joke out of it, like talking about how he put it in another window, and you can see the moon there all the time. That would have been fun for everyone, regardless of their level of vision. Oh, Patrick, awesome. The earliest form of spectacles are generally agreed to have been invented in northern Italy in the 13th century. So that's like the 1200s. So Frank's a little bit older than. What's up, Erica? Frank's a little bit older than I thought. He must be older than me then. Okay, that makes me feel young, considering I'm gonna be oh, I knew this the other day. Hold on. I don't know how old I am. Hold on. 2024 minus okay. No wait. 40. Wait, no. Yeah, I'll be 257 in 2 days. It's not my birthday. I'm just every 2 months I'm a year older. But he's older than me. I didn't know that. That's canon too. Oh, late watching a stupid French film. That's okay. I'm sure they didn't think it was stupid when they were filming it. Oh, yeah. Friday was the garlic salad story, and Matt was cracking up so bad I thought he was gonna bust a gut. I honestly thought at one point he was gonna fall out of his chair and we were gonna hear it and like see like the desk shake and everything like that. But he held it together somehow. That was fun to hear. I wonder how it sound. Like I wonder what like the whole screen looked like while that was going on. I could really only see half a Matt's shot. That would have been fun to see 100% of. And then we had a dude call in, Mike in Poland. I thought he was from Poland, and then he said he was like in Poland and sounded very American, no accents at all. But it's like, speak some Polish. So that was cool. I guess he's been like stationed all over the world and keeps tuning into the Quite Frankly podcast. So that's cool. He needs to call in more. I'm going to Poland. Erica, that was a funny story. Oh my god. I'm just like garlic bulbs and just I could not wrap my head around it. It was too funny. And then also we learned that gingerbread is immune to earthquakes. And that has to be true because I've never seen one gingerbread house with foundation damage anywhere in the North Pole. That's never come up. It wasn't in the Nightmare Before Christmas. It wasn't in the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Um, yeah, it's not a thing that exists. If there were earthquakes that affected gingerbread, we would have heard about it before now. So there's a reason why you never hear about gingerbread houses getting affected during earthquakes. That's why. So I learned that. Um, where was that it? Yeah, so since there's nothing to really see at Quite Frankly podcast, without wrecking your vision. No offense to morning sickness map, but I don't see the point in showing up there once a month when I can only see half of the screen, and that would be whenever morning sickness Matt is a side by side with himself and Frank. So I'm not going to suffer through that any more than I already have to, just to try to have a good time. So I don't see the point of going to that. Patrick, that is true. Ginger tea is good for a cold or flu. I do have it might be ginger tea, my short-term memory being gone. One of those, it's good for I want to say like chest congestion. Like I'm not saying like I'm not saying like drink that instead of taking expectorant, but it can like help to get things going. Ginger tea and so that dandelion tea, that's supposed to be for to help with digestion, but you kind of have to be careful with that sometimes because if you take it at the wrong time, at least me, it kind of hits me wrong and feels like you get cramps. Don't need to go through that. Yeah, studio looks like it got robbed, so that's kind of scary. And yeah, if yeah, definitely check out some ginger tea. It is quite powerful. You make ginger tea, you're gonna know it's in the room. You're gonna smell it. If it's too much, maybe put a little bit of honey in there to just kind of take the bite out of it. But it's not so bad that you can't have it on its own. It's not like you have to choke it down or pinch your nose or yeah, anything odd like that. Like a little bit of honey can help out, but if you don't need it, if you're worried about calories and you don't want to add it, then don't put that in. All right, it's almost 8:30. Let's call it with this movie. And then what I may do for the December movie is just go through everything we suggested the last 2 months, see if there's anything good in there and get some picks from that. But getting a little bit ahead. Okay. Community post. Yeah, same thing. So right now it's looking like the movie is Around the World in 80 Days from 1956. So this one is over on Tubi. I'll be sure to put this out on a community post, tweet it out, all that good stuff. I thought I had this saved and it was easier to find. Maybe not. There it is. With I didn't want to misspeak, my memory being what it was. The one with David Niven. There we go. And I really don't want to. Fuck. Apologies for the Tubi app. It's back to doing this bullshit again. Look at this. Look. See at the bottom where it says scenes. Why is it flashing? What's that? Pulse. Look at that bullshit. It did not do that last week. Swear to God, this time of year. Any fucking way. I don't watch it on the app. I watch it on the smart TV. And Tubi is a free app. You can go to the site, you can download it, watch it on your phone, watch it on your smart TV, watch it on anything in between. It's got all the things that other streaming services didn't want. They do have it, like full ass. I think they have all of Columbo. They've got, TV shows, movies, B movies, old stuff, silent films, all that random ass stuff that, Netflix and Disney Plus and all the rest are too good to put their hands on. They're like, fine, we'll take it. It's okay, except for the bottom of the damn app there. And the one thing about Tubi that's really frustrating, that animation aside, exiting the app from the smart TV, it's a fucking chore. You do have to go like all the way down to settings and then like all the way down to exit. Like they never want you to leave. So it is kind of, it's an extra couple of seconds out of your day. So it's not like the end of the world. It should not take that long to get out of an app. So whoever's designing that fell asleep halfway through. But aside from that, it does have things there I would never have found anywhere else without, like, say, ordering it online and paying an arm and a leg for, say, old TV shows, or go to the exchange and buying it secondhand, that kind of thing. Tubi is great. Yeah, Dandy, I'm glad you like it. The Mouse That Roared is pretty funny. Peter Sellers, Patrick is saying, I think I've heard of that. The Mouse That Roared. Pardon me. Yeah. Anything, yeah, Russell. Any love all Peter Sellers movies. Like, I haven't seen every Peter Sellers movie, but what I've seen, I've liked. Danny, I click on my home button and I'm out of Tubi. Yeah, yeah. I go through the trouble like exiting out of the app. The thing with this is the Netflix. I don't know if they've changed it. Netflix exiting that app, it's literally like a cat leaving the room. Because a cat, like, you want them to leave the room. They don't just say, like, jump off of the bed and walk out of the room. No, they got to walk around the entire edge of the bed, like do a full square or rectangle, and then jump down. That's what Netflix is like, because you had to, they might have changed it, but you literally had to like go like all the way down and then all the way to the side, like a giant letter L on your screen, and that's how you got to the exit. They might have updated that. So yeah, P.O. Box, have to do that when the sun's in Sagittarius. LG7, whatever. Lady Gaga has not announced the name of her new album yet. That's gonna be fire, because that's my luck. And yeah, so look for definitely, I really do want to start needling in on this between now and my birthday, which is in a couple of months. Like, get the multi-stream thing down for the Twitch people, since they are awesome. And I do want to take phone calls. It would be so awesome to be able to hear you guys, because what I have noticed with, quite frankly, through the years, it went from a solid group of people watching. Frank would open up the phone lines, but everybody was way too shy to call in. So he just did not get that many calls. And then the years go by a little bit. He does get more people calling in. But then what was happening at the same time is he was getting a lot more guests. And then it's gotten to a point where, Frank will say he's going to take calls, and it feels like he like only gets to take a few, and then he gets onto something else, and it's like he's spending more time with guests, which he should, because that will grow the show. But people who like the show want to call in, and that like desire to speak with the audience kind of fell by the way, so we don't get to hear from audience members a lot. Or at the time, Frank was only taking calls from Flat Albert, so we could not hear from a variety of people. It was like just having another guest on. Like, we want to hear, at least I did, I want to hear from everybody, not just the same person almost 5 nights a week. So since folks don't get a chance to call into, quite frankly, as much as they would like to, they could call into the show. Beach App, lucky enough, said something, was making a mug of tea about 2 hours ago. Forgot about it, and ants were sneaking around. Oh, those bastards. I didn't make this for you. Patrick, the original Italian Job with Michael Caine is funny as well. I like Michael Caine. I've heard of the Italian Job. I know I haven't seen it, but I've definitely heard of it. Jenna, I wish Frank would let the guests talk more and listen to callers longer and more of them. Yeah, like the callers who do have short calls, like let them have a short call. Don't drag more out of them. Like let them say their thing. Okay, great. Let somebody else call in. Let them say their thing. Great. I mean, some people do want to sit there and talk for 45 minutes, which he can't do. So you just have to rein them in. You can't tell like your 5 favorite stories. Um, that nobody really tells stories very quickly to be able to get away with saying that. So it's um maybe just be like, hey, Frank, real quick, and then tell 2 stories real quick before I can stop you. Something like that. But yeah, like some people you do want to hear more from, and I don't know if it's like a pacing thing or if he's getting a call from somebody else he wants to hear from, so he gets the one person off of the line, or maybe he's got to, call of nature, like, whoa, I need the bathroom, we've got to go to intermission. I don't know that side of it. Jenna, some callers have great information that I want to hear. What always happens is you never get a follow up whenever Frank's like, hey, call back in and let us know about, this. Or, like it has happened like maybe twice in 10 years, but it's usually like, well, hey, call us up tomorrow about that, or the next time we're on this topic, because like the topic never comes up again. It's not like we're talking about something on Monday and talking about the same thing on Tuesday, which we kind of shouldn't. You want to vary things up. You don't want to just stay on the one subject the whole time. I do understand that, but it's not like, hey, next Monday when we talk about this. It's never. It's probably, you can't coordinate with people when he's not live. There's just not, like, he has a crew, but he doesn't have, hundreds of folks working for him. If you notice this shirt, that there's a hole back there. This did hang up for a little while. I have washed it in the last 10 years. It's not like it's dirty or anything. Um, but some folks call in, you want more time with them, or you just you kind of wish you could coach them a little bit and just like please don't be so nervous. You don't have to say, after everything you say. We know what you're saying. We're all American. We understand you. We've been in situations before. Just don't be so nervous. I'm nervous when I would call in, so like I get it. I really do. But like you don't have to be. You know, Frank. Just tell us what chat room you're from, and yeah, we have had some great calls over the years. I mean, like sometimes they're longer, sometimes they're shorter, but it's if I had like a top 20, top 25 calls, they would go in there. Oh, and I do think what's his name? Carl, Moon Cheese Carl. I'm low key blaming him for that moon on the wall. So if I see him again, he's gonna catch it. So yeah, it kind of sucks. I really wanted to see all the chat rooms, and like I went to the quiet ones without hardly anybody in them, and then the two busier ones are not usable. So I kind of didn't get a chance to really interact with folks too much. I did on Twitch, I did on D Live. It's friendly. I mean, they're all friendly crowds. There's not like a mean group of Franklys out there. Of course not. It's just that since the divorce, you gotta go around and see everybody. And I did this, I think, in 2022, uh, something like that. Oh, well, I was in YouTube half the time, then the other half of the time I was in Twitch, Twitter, D Live. I tried. I was in Pilled for maybe 15 minutes, and then I was in Rumble for a minute. I didn't even say anything in Rumble. I just saw all the animations that were unable to be blocked and said fuck you and hit the X and just watched regular, quite frankly. But I do like the idea of spending, because I did want to do this, get used to being in two chat rooms. That way I could be in two chat rooms all the time. So theoretically, I could hang out over in Twitch at the same time I'm over in YouTube because it's very easy to be in two rooms if one is fast and one is slow. So it's not like it's hard to keep up with, and we all know each other in both rooms, so it's not like they're strangers or anything like that. And I do like Twitch. I do like the idea of being able to do a multicast from there. I also want the kind of microphone that's like in my face, but I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh, Jenna, yeah, I thought you might Discord, which I hate. No, yeah, that was we did have to last year when it was just the one chat room, I was chatting in Gilded and watching on Pill, but it's there was not like say a chat room on Gilded that was just for watching. Quite frankly, it was just a general room, so people were in there having a conversation, but then they were also posting a lot of gifs and animations, which I can't see, so I have to block. But unlike Discord, if you block something on Discord, it will tell you like a message by a blocked user, and then you can select it and see what it was. Gilded will not let you do that. So if you block somebody, you don't know who it is, so you cannot unblock them. So I don't know who was posting animations I couldn't see, who I still have blocked. And I don't know if there's like a blocked list on there the way I think maybe Discord does. I know YouTube does. But yeah, there is a Quite Frankly Discord. There's a Quite Frankly Gilded. The Gilded is more busy because that's just bigger because the first Discord got nuked. So there was already a Gilded. Frank just made that more of an official thing. Now there is an official Quite Frankly podcast Discord. B chap, don't blame Agni Kai never dies a Discord server to hassle someone else. Yeah, Discord's one of those places. It's a guilt by association, so be careful what rooms you are following, cause that can like if they nuke a whole channel, they see you're a member of it, they think you're one of them, whatever they're doing in that channel. So then you lose your account as well, which is it's some bullshit, but that's how they do it. So I'm not on a whole lot of Discord or Gilded servers. I don't use them a lot, to be honest. I have them. I've got all that social media just to be safe, but I had enough of having no choice but to use that this time last year, so I am traumatized. I just get anxious anytime that comes up. But yeah, again, I might put this in the show's description after it ends. But if you can't see it, quite frankly, and have something to say about it, just let him know. Just send an email. Hey, Frank, I like the show, but ever since this last week, it's kind of rough on the eyes. I work all day. My eyes are tired. I go here. I want to relax. There's light in my eyes. WTF. I guess it's your own show, but I'm not getting any younger. I want to see what's going on. Maybe I'm selfish. Maybe YouTube got my hopes up. I removed Discord off my computer. Jenna, I heard that. Like, I do not have Facebook on my phone. I've got it on an old phone. I've got it, like I can go like to my like Brave and then look at Facebook, but I don't have the actual app on that phone. I will not. Patrick, is Abe Sinclair still on QF? Haven't seen him for a while. I've heard he does not work for the channel anymore. However, I got that information from a person who I know to not care about the truth or sticking by their word, or just so I gotta take it with a grain of sand. He might still be there for all I know, but he may not be. There's no way for me to confirm it. I don't know anyone at Quite Frankly Podcast. Albeit chap talking about I think the cybersecurity crimes division monitors the internet, specifically Discord computer server or online sites. Yeah, Discord people do. I mean, any site people use for shady goings on, and Discord's probably just a bigger one because it's technically a server for gaming, same as Guilded, but it has a chat room, so we can do whatever we want with it. YouTube and Google search. Yet, like, don't use DuckDuckGo. I do use Brave. It's a lion. It's a orange lion guy. Um, that's all there really is to say about it. You open it up and it tells you like all this information, like oh you saved this and all this time and blah blah blah, and trackers and ads blocked. And I don't care, man. Just what pisses me off is you go to it, it looks like this instead of just like what you should do when I open up a page that's just a search bar. Give me some goddamn numbers so I can like punch something into search for. I don't want to look at just the screen with how much data I saved. I know you can't see that. That's it. It's not the point. You can see it on your own phone. It doesn't matter what it says. Don't tell me something I don't want to hear. Yeah, Brave's pretty good. Yeah, don't use like Google Chrome. Don't like get away. Like I understand YouTube is a Google product, but that doesn't mean you have to use everything Google. Like whatever you can to like slowly get away from that. Do try to do that. Plus, the search results vary based on search engine. I think Jim Lee brought that up. Like he was searched up Climate Viewer, and his was like the 40th option down. He's like, nobody's gonna scroll down that far to look for my information. So it's it's hit and miss. All the search options could be like, oh, Jenny, you can add icons. Oh, cool. That's interesting. I know at least with DuckDuckGo, you could like change the color of that little duck guy, but then I heard that site was no good, so I haven't used it in a while. Uh, okay, around the world in 80 days. Talked about the week. Can't see. I think that covered everything for the week. Oh, Beach app. BlackBerry is excellent quality. Used to have a BlackBerry mobile phone device model manufactured in Mexico, and it was very reliable. Oh, cool. Jen, I have about 5 icons on my Brave homepage. That's cool, yeah. A lot of those, like, you first download it, and it wants to, like, give you news and all this information and a background picture and all this shit going on. No, no, you are a search engine. You're not here to be colorful and give me any extra information. That's what kind of pisses me off about if you like I do sometimes have to use Google to search for things. I don't know why it just pulls up certain things faster or more it finds what I need basically like that. But the first thing you do when you go there is like I'm looking at it right now, it's showing me some news. Fuck your news. You just need to be a blank page with the search bar. You don't tell me anything else. You don't tell me the weather. You don't tell me what's going on in the state or the country. Nothing. I don't care what it is. I wouldn't care if it's updates about Gray Still Plays. I already watch his channel. I know what he's up to. You don't have to tell me it twice. He's got social media. I'm covered. But it's just to distract you and cause more eye strain. Jenna, I donated to the page to help keep ads off my vids. Pardon the stutter. Okay. See, that's how they try to get money off you. 20 brave bucks. Oh, cool. Oh, gave 20 brave bucks. Oh. Yeah, I'd rather hit the back button and have to buy a new remote maybe once every 2 years, and I'm not gonna pay to not have ads when I can just skip them. Patrick, I use Brave on desktop and imported all of my saved Google sites. Yeah, there you go. That works. Like some stuff, there were some oh goodness, one of the chat rooms. Ugh. Is Rockfin a chat room? Oops. One of them, it will show like where you type the bar you type in is white. I think this is like some kind of Microsoft search engine by default. But if I use Brave, it's black there, so it's just like each both the search. I use them both. I've still never quite sorted out what's the best to use, and I've had this laptop for about 3 years. It's fine. I get through it. Whatever's easiest to see. Some wants to do dark mode, some wants to do light mode. But as far as the show goes, next week it's just right now it's just a regular week, no days off. As far as we know, we'll show up to the show Monday, and that's when I find out if Frank's going to be off for the rest of the week. He usually says something on that Monday show, and that's when I find out. Because I clearly do not have the DM option. Been over that. Beach app can get YouTube premium membership for a bit less than $20 each month, though still sometimes cop the sponsorship paid presentation YouTube videos. I'm not giving YouTube $20 a month. They can suck me up. They can pay me that. They can pay me $20 a month. I actually only want YouTube to pay me $4.22 a month. That way I can just put that on my Grace Still Plays subscription or membership, and it would end up being free. That's it. If I can get a $4.22 a month income from YouTube, I will break even. No, for $20, if I'm going to give YouTube $20, I would just get $20 worth of memberships, but then I really only follow one channel I'm a member to. So that would be another $15 to just have. Yeah, that's why they do have ads to try to get you to pay for premium. It's not worth it. The fact that they can't make that menu screen, like they just now fixed it where it doesn't stutter when it scrolls. Like you can't figure that out. All the money you make, you can't figure out to not do that. And you can't get that heart emoji off of the screen. Like, no, I'm not paying you for that. You haven't earned it, YouTube. YouTube needs to have a way for me to find my membership videos on Grace Still Plays instead of having to go to subscriptions. Is it? Yeah, it comes up in subscriptions, and you don't get a notification for it. You just have to keep checking and checking and checking, and hopefully, like he's the kind of guy who like uploads sort of regularly. But if he wasn't, you would just have to be checking all the time. When am I going to get my membership video? They can work on that. It's not like it's a terribly broken system. It does offer a lot. I'm not knocking it that much. It's like, just those little frustrations. It doesn't end anything. At least I can see the videos. Kind of running out of things to say. I didn't really eat a lot today. I had a bite of a generic Cliff Bar just so I wouldn't get the hungry headache. And maybe that's why I know the depression's hitting me. That's why I'm stuttering so much. That's why I'm so forgetful. I notice a difference. I don't know if it's going to come across on camera. It might come across in the giant shirt. Because again, this is extra large. I'm in a small or an extra small. So I put this on and I look down because when it's an extra large. I was bigger the last time I wore it. Look at myself in the mirror like, okay. So that's I don't know what that came from. If it's not it's like pink. That's just been there forever. So yeah, don't shine lights in people's eyes, especially old people. And like get out in the world. If you're just like a regular healthy person, maybe go out and spend time with people who are not healthy, you know, like hang out with somebody in a wheelchair, hang out with a deaf person or a blind person, you know, like get familiar with the fact that everybody is not in the same good place as you. There are people struggling, and there are people who do want to have a good time, even if they don't have the same physical capabilities as yourself. Keep those people in mind because the world is not just full of healthy people, it's not just full of sick people, it's full of a variety of people. And personally, I think you get farther by taking more people into consideration. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're supposed to just think of only what you yourself want at all times, and what everybody else can see can be damned. But I don't think that way, because if I didn't care about the shot, I wouldn't spend 2 and 3 hours ironing this fucking sheet and blowing out my back before I go live. I don't want you to see my junky background. I don't want you to see these bright ass fucking white walls that I have to look at. I want to be able to watch my own videos back. And I do. Oh, yeah, have a good night, Jenna. Thanks for showing up. And smash the like button if you haven't already. And don't forget your pants. It will be a full week till we get back here. And do check out Around the World in 80 Days over on Tubi. We're going to watch that. I get to watch it for the first time and talk about it in a couple weeks. So that's going to be a new one on me. I kind of thought we would be doing movies I've seen before for a little bit before we got into something I'd never seen before. But now we're watching something I never saw before. So that's, I like it. It's going to be fun. I'll be able to see it. Dandy, I know it went by really fast. It really did. Beach chat. My brother is an invalid. He lives in a home looked after by multiple carers. They make a fair amount of money as well. Yeah, I knew a fella. He worked in home health, and I don't know exactly what he made, but it was enough to get by. So it does pay. You got to find good people because there are bad folks out there. But yeah, yeah. Have a great night, John Rogers. Yeah, so nobody ever thinks anybody has it any worse than themselves. We're all programmed to think that way. But there are people like, you know, like who knew what Flat Albert was going through, who knows what anybody is going through. And it doesn't take much to tip the scales and send someone over the edge. And you don't know what that could be. Maybe somebody dies, maybe somebody loses the place they go to have a good time. You never know what it could be. The best thing you can do is make every place a good place. Because you don't have to know what everybody's going through. Just, you know, maybe you find out after the fact, like, wow, I'm glad I could talk to you that one day, or something bad would have happened, or, oh, I'm glad I had Quite Frankly to go to, or something bad would have happened. $300 a day on public holidays, they get double $600. Beach app is saying, holy shit, that's some good money. Patrick, I think I can get it on YouTube here in the UK. Yeah, it might be. Some of the movies are also, I found out after, like some are on YouTube and Tubi, some are just one or the other. It doesn't hurt to check it out. Just if the quality's good, definitely take a look. Oh, Moon Bunny, how's it going? Beach Chip, yeah, a high majority of times better to mind own business. Yeah, like they say, it's polite to ask. It's more polite to mind your own damn business. It's more polite to not shine a light in anybody's eyes. It's more polite to think about the other guy. I wasn't raised with manners. I had to learn them from books, and that's what the book said. That was George Washington's thing. You know, consider the other folks around. And George Washington is a Frankly. He's in the chat room sometimes. He was there this week. So always support all of your favorite content creators. Like the videos, comment after the live streams end. Share if you're so inclined. And make sure you're subscribed with all notifications on. Yeah, Moon Bunny. Yeah, you can watch the rest of the show. We're going to be watching Around the World in 80 Days. So we're going to review it in 2 weeks. Um, that's anything else I brought up, I'll be tweeting out here. If not tomorrow, like through the week, Monday. And yeah, just kind of getting through each minute of every day. It's been a struggle, but we do have this show to come to where hopefully everybody can see everything and have a good time. So at least there's 2 hours for us somewhere. I am missing the other 10. So F this week. I hope it was great for you. I'm glad we have a movie to watch. You're welcome, Moon Bunny. So everybody, have a good meal, get some good sleep. Hopefully, you won't have to rest your eyes too much after this. And if you can't see anything at Quite Frankly, just send him an email at QuiteFranklyPodcast@gmail.com. Let him know you can't see. Don't bring me up to him. It's like I've never been there. So just go at him as yourself. Let him know how you feel. Because that is bad karma. So yeah, I love seeing you guys. I'm glad you guys are all here. You guys cheer me up. And we get to do the same thing next week. Come back here a week from today. Do the same thing. Hopefully things are feeling better. At least for myself. As bad as things are for me, there has to be a Frankly out there that's having the opposite week that I had. I might never meet them, but I know they have to be out there. Yeah, have a great weekend, Moon Bunny. Great chat. Yeah, stay warm since it's so cold. And it's, I don't know about you, but I felt like doing more drugs now than I ever have before in my entire life. So go out and party if that's your thing. And, don't party with people you don't know. Don't be unconscious around people you don't know. Always be safe with it. And I cannot think of anything. I am not at my best. This was not my week. Last week was better. Let's pretend it was last week. So everybody look after yourselves. And keep your head on a swivel. Take care of your vision. Until next time.